Oh, fudge. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Today I am back with some more Fate deck rankings. Today I'm doing the Wicked to the Core set, in which we got Dr. Facilier, the Evil Queen, and Hades. So, starting off with Dr. Facilier here. Um, For probably Dr. Facilier was another one of those ones that were really hard to rank because almost every hero can steal what he needs from him, which is the talisman, because if a hero with a strength of 3 or less gets played, the talisman isn't attached to a hero. The talisman is a big part of his goal, and the talisman gets attached to that hero if it has a strength of 3 or less. So, probably the least harmful card I have, because all of them can be somewhat harmful, but this one I don't see harming much, is Naveen. Sure, it'll slow down Dr. Facilier a little bit, but when Naveen is played, you may move each hero in Dr. Facilier's realm to an adjacent location. You know, let me turn my camera around real quick. So yeah, Naveen is, I have him as the least harmful hero. The next hero I have on my ranking is Charlotte LaBeouf. No, that's not right. I put Big Daddy LaBeouf before her. When Big Daddy LaBeouf is played, you may choose a card from the fortune pile and return it to the top of Dr. Facilier's deck. He is a 3 strength hero, so of course the talisman will be attached to him. Next, I have his daughter, Charlotte LaBeouf. When Charlotte is... Oh, I'm dropping cards. That's not good. When Charlotte LaBeouf is played, you may look at the top 2 cards of Dr. Facilier's Fate deck and put any of them into the fortune pile. Return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. And of course, the fortune pile is how Dr. Facilier wins. That's the card that rolled New Orleans, one of the cards he needs to goes into, and the bigger it gets, the least likely out of the 3 cards that you draw what the cards will tell, the least likely roll New Orleans will be there. So, I once had where the fortune pile was like almost half my deck big. It was huge. The next card I have on here is Eudora. Tiana's mom. There's something interesting. Anyways, when Eudora is when Eudora is defeated, choose an opponent. That opponent reveals and plays the top card of your Fate deck. So, yeah, Eudora, 2 strength hero. Next card I have is Rey Skywalker. Rey. If Rey is revealed during the Fate action, that was a joke by the way, I didn't actually make that mistake. If Rey is revealed during the Fate action, you may play both cards revealed during that action, but he is only 1 strength hero. So you could play both Fate cards. And the reason why he's lower to some of these heroes, because some of these heroes you might end up playing. The next card I have is... I actually have to re-rank this because I think I did this pretty wrong. Next card I have is Juju, Bad Juju. When Juju is played, you may choose 1 item at his location and put it into the fortune pile, and he is a 2 strength hero, so the talisman will get attached to him. The next card I have is our first effect card, and that is the Evening Star. The Evening Star. Choose an ally in Dr. Facilier's realm. Put that ally into the fortune pile. So if you put the Mass Spirits or the Shadow Spirits into the fortune pile, that could be detrimental. That could be pretty bad. So the next card I have is Lewis. He is the strongest hero with a whopping 5 strength. So the talisman can't get attached to him. If Dr. Facilier moves to Lewis's location, Dr. Facilier must reveal his hand to an opponent of his choice. That opponent chooses a card to put into the fortune pile. So If Dr. Facilier has like the mass spirits in his deck, they could put that in them. And I'm sure Villainous fans know what the mass spirits do. But for anybody who doesn't have the set and is just watching, when you have Roll New Orleans in the fortune pile and the talisman on your board under your control, you go to your first location, the Voodoo Emporium, and you play The Cards Will Tell. And what you do is you shuffle your fortune deck and you reveal the top 3 cards of the fortune deck. And if any of those is the mass spirits, that's all you can do. You can't, even if you get Roll New Orleans, you can't win the game if the mass spirits are there. Okay, so the next card I have is our last 4 strength hero, and that is Tiana herself. All of Dr. Facilier's cards cost are increased by 1 power. So basically Dr. Facilier has to pay 1 extra power, but she's not that bad, I guess. I think I could put her a little bit lower because it's very easy to conserve power with Dr. Facilier. But as the worst hero in the Fate deck, I have Mama Odie. When Dr. Facilier plays the Cards Will Tell, he reveals only 2 cards, and the talisman will be attached to her if she is the only hero there. So, yeah, he only reveals 2 cards instead of 3, which, depending on the size of his Fate deck, can make it very hard. Okay, so as the worst card in his Fate deck, I have Almost There. Look at the top 3 cards of Dr. Facilier's deck. You may put any of them into the fortune pile. Return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. So this could put pretty much a lot of bad cards, 3 bad cards in Dr. Facilier's deck. There are cards you will want to avoid putting into the fortune pile, but as long as they say they can't be put into the fortune pile, they can be put into, as long as they don't say they can't be put into the fortune pile, they can be put in there, just as useless cards. Okay, so now we're going to get to the Evil Queen here. So the first card I have as the least harmful card in the deck is Snow White, of course, because the Evil Queen's goal is to defeat Snow White. The only problem with Snow White is the fact that she gets +1 strength for each other hero in the Evil Queen's realm, which would be the 7 dwarves. So that would not be good. But nevertheless, the Evil Queen is a fairly easy win, as long as you know what you're doing. So, for our first dwarf on the list here, I have probably the least harmful dwarf, which is Grumpy. Grumpy gets +1 strength if there are no other heroes at his location. So yeah, that's pretty much Grumpy. If there's no heroes at his location, he gets +1 strength. Next card I have is another dwarf, in which it is Sneezy. You can use Sneezy to discard the cards, but by the time you'll have Snow White on the board, which you would probably need the Magic Mirror for, you'll probably already have Snow White on the board. And Sneezy could discard the Magic Mirror, but its main use of finding Snow White has already been used. So, if you played it right. Okay, so the next card I have on here is Love's First Kiss. I pray to God I'm still recording, because my towel is turned around, not facing me. Love's First Kiss. Evil Queen loses 1 poison. Choose a hero from Evil Queen's Fate discard pile and put it on the top of her Fate deck. So you just take a hero that Evil Queen already defeated and put it on the top of her Fate deck, and then you await the next Fate action when it gets put on her board. So the next card I have on here is our next dwarf, which is Bashful. Evil Queen must pay 1 power to perform the Brew Poison action. Now, if you're playing Evil Queen and you pretty much have Snow White on the board already and Bashful gets played, it'll also be pretty easy to conserve power because you're going to want to do that more and more. So, Bashful could potentially get in the way, but, you know. Next card I have is Woodland Creatures. Evil Queen must reveal her hand. Choose a card from her hand to discard. So basically, she just shows you her hand and you choose a card from her hand to discard. And that's all you do. Oh. So for the next card I have is the first item, which is the Pickaxe. When Pickaxe is played, attach it to a hero. That hero gets +2 strength. That's literally all it does. It just gives a hero 2 strength. I always have them, a lot of the time they're both attached to Snow White. I just picture Snow White coming after you with 2 pickaxes. It'd be so weird. Oh, no. So for the next card I have on the list, these top 5 cards were especially hard to rank because all these are fairly bad. But I think I'm going to put this dwarf down next, and that is Sleepy. When Sleepy is played during a fate action, you may play both cards revealed during that action. Now, the reason why is because he can get one of these next 3 heroes coming up here. Next card I have on here is... Oh. You know what? You're not. I gotta rearrange these again because I'm an idiot. Next card I have is Dopey. When Dopey, all other heroes in Evil Queen's realm get +1 strength, so all dwarves can give Snow White +1 strength, and Dopey gives Snow White +2, plus each other hero. Next card I have on here is Doc. Evil Queen must defeat Doc before defeating other heroes. Now that could be difficult. A lot of people place him at Snow White's location, because then you have to go to his location, poison, but he's at the same location as Snow White, so then you have to go back, and then you have to go back again and poison Snow White, so it'll make you take an extra turn. So for the next card I have here, I have Wishing Well. When Wishing Well is played attached to a hero, each time Evil Queen moves to this location, she immediately loses 1 poison. So she will lose 1 poison if she moves to Snow White's location, but sometimes she might just have just barely enough to defeat Snow White, but then she'll have to get rid of it. So for the absolute worst card I have in the Fate deck, I'm going to put Happy. When Happy is played, Evil Queen loses poison equal to the number of heroes in her realm. So, like, if she has all 7 dwarves, including Happy, on the board, Evil Queen loses 7 poison. That could be extremely detrimental to Evil Queen. Happy is by far the worst card in the Fate deck, in my opinion. Okay, so now we got Hades. Hades was definitely not as hard for me to rank. He was actually really easy to rank, except to the 2 worst heroes. That took a little bit of thought. So for the least harmful card I have Phil. When Phil and Hercules get +1 strength if Hercules is in Hades' realm. So both Hercules and Phil just get 1 strength if him and Hercules are in the realm together. Pretty useless card, especially since how weak of a hero he is. The next card I have is Medallion. It just gives a hero +2 strength. Next I have Hermes. When Hermes is played, if Zeus is in Hades' realm, you may move Zeus to any location. Otherwise, find Zeus and put him on the top of Hades' Fate deck. So Hermes is just a one-time character. Nevertheless, he can still be bad. Next card I have on the list is Megara. When Megara is played, you may move a hero from her location to any location. So that's 2 move hero cards so far. Next card I have is Pegasus. When Pegasus is played, you may move an untrapped Titan from his location to an adjacent location. So you just move them 1, but that can still be fixed. So Pegasus. The next card I have on here is our first effect card, the Gospel Truth. Discard an item or ally in Hades' realm. You can get rid of the Chariot, which wouldn't be good. You can get rid of a Mortality Potion, which wouldn't be good. You can get rid of Pain, which wouldn't be good. You could basically get rid of anything that's not on Hades' board that's not a Titan, but could still be very useful. Next card I have is Go the Distance. It's a pretty good song. Either move an untrapped Titan up to 2 locations away, ignoring all hero and Titan abilities, or move a hero to any location. So once again, another moving hero card, but where it really comes in is moving the Titans, and that could also be detrimental to Hades' goal. Next card I have is Hercules' mom, Hera. When Hera is played or moved, you may choose a Titan at her new location. That Titan is trapped. So of course you could use Go the Distance or the other move hero card, Megara, to move Hera, and you'll trap a Titan. So yeah, Hera is a fairly bad hero for Hades. Next card I have is Zeus. If a Titan moves to Zeus's location, that Titan is immediately trapped before the Titan's ability is triggered. But of course, it's just a one-time thing. As long as you don't move the Titan out, and therefore Zeus's ability is deemed useless after you pretty much get 3 Titans at Mount Olympus. Well, he's not there. Another card that is deemed useless after you get 3 Titans at Mount Olympus, but can still be very bad if he's played early enough, is who I have as the worst hero, and that is actually Hercules himself. I have as the worst hero in the Fate deck. Titans cannot be moved from Hercules' location, so it's pretty self-explanatory. If you play Hercules like Thebes or Gardens, you can't move Titans from that location. You'll have to defeat him. So as the worst card in his deck, now this card, I hate this card so freaking much, especially since Hades is one of my favorite characters in Disney Villainous to play. You get very frustrating with this card, and that is Lightning Bolt. Choose a location at Hades Realm. All Titans at that location are trapped, so just immediately traps a Titan. Or Titans, so that could trap all 3 Titans constantly. Luckily, there is only 2 of them in the Fate deck, but it still can be very detrimental to your goal. I don't want to rank the next box, because the next box is going to be hard to rank. Yzma has 1 extra Fate card. Scar's goal is all about the Fate deck, and Ratigan will be fairly easy. He doesn't have too many bad cards in his deck. If I had to find the set that was the most difficult to rank, it would definitely be the first set. But that's it for this video, and I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye. Oh, how do I turn this off? I gotta turn this off somehow.